Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here, and it is Tuesday the 9th of April. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net, and remember we're kept free of charge by the adverts you're seeing around the screen here, and it's you coming back and using the adverts and using the site that keeps us free of charge, so thank you very much for doing that. Now, big changes afoot. Spring is about to arrive with a vengeance. Just wanted to give you an example of this. These are the 850 temperatures from the GFS Ensemble model as of this afternoon. You can see we're going from -1 in the south to -8 here across northern parts of Scotland. Now just compare that to the position on the 14th of April, so this is on Sunday. You can see the big change. We've now got +8 in the south, +2 to the north, and we've got mild southwesterly winds. So you see that big change in temperature. And if we just graph that off from the ECMWF, just look at this upward trend that's been seen there right the way through. We really are going to be noticing a big change in things here. And temperatures, get this, temperatures on Sunday could be reaching 23 degrees Celsius. Yes, 23 degrees Celsius across the east of the country. But we've got to get there first, and we're left with the remnants of winter just at the moment. This cool easterly wind is going to be bringing some spots of rain across eastern Scotland and central Scotland during the course of Wednesday. Down to the south, you notice low pressure just off southwestern England here. That's going to be pushing this rain into the southwest and along southern coast of England during the course of Wednesday afternoon. But for many, it's dry, and I think the best of the sunshine out towards the west. Still feeling cool though. On to Thursday, low pressure still in control. I think cloud and outbreaks of rain tending to affect parts of Ireland, parts of the southern parts of England as well, and also you see here across the east of Scotland. Feeling cool once again, but the milder air starting to come in from the southwest across more southern areas. Then Friday just sees this little area of low pressure spin up and move its way eastwards during the course of Friday. It's into the Irish Sea there, look, and what it's going to do is just take an area of cloud and rain northwards with it through Wales, England and into the southern parts of Scotland. But all this is just building the story and preparing the way for the milder southwesterly winds to be moving in. Then Saturday we see a real step change. Look, we've got low pressure centred out here towards the west of Ireland. You can see a fair amount of rain there affecting Western Ireland. The isobars as well becoming closer together. The flow turning into the southwest, and this is a warm front that's just lying through here. So that front is going to be moving northwards. As its name suggests, it's got the warm air tied in behind it. And then by Sunday, look, we're into this southerly flow. This is going to be bringing up some very warm air from Spain. It's going to be coming, though, across the cooler ground of France, and that means that it will take some time to warm up, but with the sunshine coming out, this is when we could see temperatures of 23 degrees Celsius across parts of East Anglia, the Eastern Midlands, I think, out towards the west, probably western parts of Scotland, western parts of Wales, southwest England, and also Ireland. Probably more cloud here. Maybe some bits of drizzle on the coast and on windward-facing hills at times, and quite windy out towards the west too. Fine weather, though, is going to be broken down through Sunday evening overnight into Monday. We've got a cold front here that moves its way eastwards during the course of the night on Sunday into Monday. And this means this chart for Monday just leaves us with a few showers, I think, for some western areas. But for many, it should be dry, although winds and cloud increasing in the southwest of Ireland again as this area of low pressure moves in later on. And then into Tuesday, we're left with a southwesterly flow. Now, what we've got to watch for Tuesday is the risk of some heavy rain. Southern Ireland, southern Wales and southern parts of England. Have to say, not too confident in this just at the moment, but certainly the threat is there. I think bits and pieces of rain as well, because the moisture in this flow affecting parts of western Scotland, northwest England and also the west of Ireland. Probably the best of the sunshine across eastern areas. Quite breezy though. You can see there the isobars close together, so it will be a windy old day. Now, in terms of rainfall, this is the total rainfall taking us up to midnight on the 16th. So this is going to be midnight next Tuesday. And you can see here we've got about an inch of rain falling across southern parts of the country through Ireland as well. Also a fair amount of rain here across central and western parts of Scotland. Also here across the western parts of Wales. All those windward facing coasts and hills basically seeing most of the rain, but relatively little look out towards the east. Now this is how the ensemble sees things. This is today, look here, this goes forward to 2 weeks to the 25th of April. You see this sharp rise in temperatures, look, taking place up into this weekend. Then we come off a little bit, we kind of hover then around about 15-degree mark. Notice too the wet weather here early on, those are the green bars there, but then notice how dry it becomes once we get through the middle to the end part of next week. That's all to do with higher pressure building towards the south. And this is how the ensemble sees rainfall amounts in 5-day chunks. So this takes us through to midnight Sunday, look, and you can see again most of the rainfall here, southern parts of England, southern parts of Ireland. Then from day 6 to day 10, so next Tuesday through to the end of the week, and you see how the rainfall amounts have fallen apart from western parts of Scotland and the west of Ireland. But generally there, look, you notice that we get this wet spell of weather out of the way, and then we tend to turn a little bit drier. And then by the end of the period, from day 11 to day 15, well, you can see very little rainfall there. 2 to 5 millimetres typically, most of the rain northern and western Scotland and the west of Ireland. And I think that's typical as high pressure starts to build in from the south and moves its way northwards. So we get this unsettled weather out of the way, and then we find this ridge building in, and really I think that's going to dominate things towards the end of the month. So from the 17th onwards, I think we could be generally dry in the south, good spells of sunshine, that spreading its way northwards, becoming very warm too, although always some rain for northern and western parts of Scotland. This is the CFS, this is how it sees it, and we're going forward from today right the way through until 22nd of May here. But what I want you to notice is how the CFS just sees this building temperature look steadily through the course of the month. Now it's been consistent in pulling it off at the very end of the month into the early part of May, but then increasing again. And I think what this is indicative of is the high pressure pulling away to the northwest during that period, just bringing in some cooler east to northeasterly winds briefly at the end of the month. But generally what I want you to notice there is that rise in temperatures through the month, and that message is certainly here that spring has certainly arrived. So hopefully you can make the most of it. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Remember, we're kept free of charge by the adverts you're seeing around the screen here. It's by you coming back and using the site and using the adverts. That's what keeps us free of charge. So let's look forward to spring and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.